Good morning everyone and welcome back to Theme Park Parents. Today we are back at Alton Towers Resort for a lovely off-peak weekday visit during term time. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We've not been here since Scarefest when we got absolutely drenched.
Yes, that was not a fun day. My clothes were sticking to me and I was, by the end of the day, very peed off at you.
It was a pretty long day, to be fair.
He wouldn't let me leave.
We did nearly 11 hours of park time, so yeah, it was a long day. We're going to take it a little bit more relaxed today, get back on our favourite rides. Of course, Holly's going to be back on her number one coaster at Alton Towers, the Smiler, and my favourite will be the Wicker Man. We're also going to check out the new Bluey coaster today just to see how that rides and check out the theming over there.
We've never actually been into Cbeebies Land, which obviously as theme park parents you'd have thought that we'd have brought the kids here, but we haven't.
No, we're still waiting for the right time to bring them because although Eloise can get on a few rides now, Rowan's still quite young for a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably want to bring them to Cbeebies Land and get it out of the way before they're too old to enjoy the theming and the rides.
Yeah, I mean, we don't actually watch too much of BBC. We used to, but they're still familiar with the programme, so it'll be a good visit.
Because, I mean, like Hey Dougie and Bluey, for example, are on things like Disney Plus and Netflix, and that's normally what we gravitate towards.
Yeah, they do love them. But yeah, we're going to also check out Toxicator again today. We only managed to get the one ride on it last year, and since then we've done Talican, so it's going to be a little bit of a letdown.
Talican's so much better.
We're going to look Toxicator still.
They've turned off and covered up the water feature on Toxicator as well, which a lot of people are a bit miffed about, which understandable because it adds to it, especially in the warm weather. Yeah, I mean, even if you don't get wet, it's just a nice feature to look at. Today, park hours are 10 till 4, which is standard off-peak for Alton Towers. It's just a breeze getting up here from where we are in Northampton because there's no traffic either way. So it was a nice drive.
We'll be able to stay all the way until 4 p.m. later on. And then today was £74 because we're not annual pass holders. We just buy tickets as and when we go, as we can only do a handful of parks each year. So that's £31 each with my discount from work, and then £12 for parking. We're going to head straight over to the Smiler. I think we always start off our day.
I don't think we've ever started off anywhere else.
No, to be fair, we will start off our day with a morning ride on the Smiler.
Wait.
The weather today is absolutely gorgeous right now. The main thing is it's going to be dry. Not overly warm, it's only about 12 degrees for the high today, but it's a lot more than can be said for the last couple of visits we've had here, which have been an absolute soaker.
Yeah, we ended up a little bit soggy, but my hands are cold at the minute, hopefully it warms up.
Yeah, we're going to take a bit of more of an in-depth look around the park today as well, which is something we don't normally do, as we're mainly thrill seekers, we go for the big attractions, but we've been here quite a few times, so we're going to head into Cbeebies Land, something we've never done before. We're going to also head over to the Runaway Mine Train, which is something we've not been on in quite a few years. And then we might even do Hex, we'll see. Going to drag Holly on the curse later on as well.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Fun fact, the first time I ever went to Alton Towers is when Dan brought me for my 20th birthday.
20th?
I know, and that was 9 years ago. And I have never been to Alton Towers without Dan. This is only the second time we've been just the two of us though.
Yeah, I think we did stay in the Alton Towers Resort quite a few years back.
Yeah, we did. That was good. I liked the theming of the rooms there.
We just come for day trips normally. Right, here we are at the Smiler, 2013 Gerstlauer Infinity Coaster. Bit of a queue to start off the day with, but it should be no more than about 10-15 minutes. And then we'll probably head straight on to Oblivion after that. Haven't seen anything cycling or testing yet, so hopefully it opens on time. What's the time now?
Time now is 9:50.
10 to 10, so hopefully it won't be too long before the attraction opens. It is a Friday today that we're visiting, so it's the busiest of the off-peak weekdays, but we're still hoping it's going to be a lot quieter than a standard weekend.
So I popped my watch on today just to count some steps. We have literally walked from the monorail to Smiler and I'm already at 1,500. Yeah. I don't have much hopes for keeping step counts low today.
Yeah, you always do a lot of walking when you come to Towers just because of how big the park is, which is unfortunate that we're not going to be seeing the Sky Ride today. That's at the minute closed, but at least we've got the monorail back. Right, we'll head on to the Smiler. We'll see you when we come off.
The ride opened 6 minutes late. They were still testing while we were in the queue line, but we got off at exactly 10:30, so not too long of a wait.
Yeah, we queued about 20 to 25 minutes for that, but it was an awesome ride, and we managed to get front row for our first ride of the day there on the Smiler. I think generally it's quite a smooth ride, that one, but the
last three inversions.
The last three inversions are a bit rough. There's quite a few jagged edges, and it just throws you about a little bit.
Yeah.
But it was really good to get back on the Smiler again. So Holly absolutely loves this one. I think might get a jumper for her later on, we'll see. So yeah, first ride of the day done on Smiler, brilliant ride. We're now going to head over straight to the other ride, which is an X sector, which is Oblivion, of course, and that is the 1998 B&M dive coaster, first of its kind, sitting on a 15-minute wait. Oblivion is actually the only B&M dive coaster that me and Holly have ever done. However, this will be changing because in July this year we're going to be heading down to Efteling, and of course that is home to Baron 1898, which is another B&M dive coaster.
I've seen that on TikTok, yeah.
Oblivion, of course, is the original that opened back in 1998, getting quite old now, but still relatively reliable ride. One-hit wonder. I've said this quite a few times before, you know, I don't mind Oblivion, it's not really worth waiting anything more than 20 minutes for, I'd say, but on these off-peak days we'll just do it because it's right next to the Smiler. And back for this year is the Don't Look Down at the top of the lift hill. It's a bit loud.
That's very loud.
Yeah, obviously that audio has been muted for about 20 years now, but it's back for this season, so looking forward to hearing that at the top. It's a nice bit of tension and hype to get you sort of, you know, really excited for the ride.
I really wish that they held you a little bit longer like they used to.
Yeah. Sort of pretty much just a slow stop. Sometimes you don't even stop, you just sort of creep over and get straight down.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've said this before, but I wish, much like Baron, there was more to this coaster. There is so much momentum still in
the brake run, yeah.
When you get onto the brake run, that there could be so much more, exactly like they've done with Baron. Like, this ride had so much more potential, I think.
It still has an absolutely world-class drop though, going straight into that tunnel off the first, you know, hill. It's just a feeling that not many other coasters can replicate. It really is good. But yeah, just making our way around the mile-long queue line for this ride.
Get dizzy going around here.
You really do. It's just circle after circle. But yeah, it's a 15-minute wait. Generally have one station in operation on these off-peak days.
Yeah, I think I've only ever seen it have two stations once.
Yeah, it's not very often they do it nowadays, but it's a generally quite a high throughput ride because of the capacity and the ride length.
Last time we were here, it was absolutely tipping it down, and we sat on the brake run for about 10 minutes in the pouring rain.
Did it in the dark, awful. It was nice. Anyway, let's get on to Oblivion now.
We'll see you when you're off. Well, never mind.
Yeah, the exact same thing happened as the last time we came to Alton Towers, and Oblivion is unfortunately down with technical difficulties. Fortunately, we only waited about 5 minutes, but the queue was all the way down to the second tier, so it would have been a good 20-25 minutes. I think we're going to head over to Dark Forest now, as 13 and Rita are both sitting on 5 minutes, so we'll get those out of the way, and then we'll head back to X Sector later on to hopefully get a re-ride on Smiler and also get on Oblivion, hopefully. Then into Dark Forest now. I'm going to start off with 13. If you are on a bit of a time constraint and you want to utilise the time best in Dark Forest, it's always best to do 13 first, because the exit to 13 is right by the entrance to Rita, and then the exit to Rita is right by the sort of exit and entrance to them as a whole. So yeah, nice and easy to do those two, but I'm going to start off with 13, which is the first ever sort of version of the Intamin multi-dimension coaster. Opened back 16 years ago now. I don't remember.
That long?
I think I remember my first ever time. I did not know what was going on. And there's Rita in the distance. Yeah, Rita's got an absolutely fantastic launch on it. Looks like there's quite a few people heading over to Dark Forest, so it might be a little bit more than a 5-minute wait as advertised for 13.
That's okay though.
But it looks like Rita's more or less empty on the queue line, so that's good.
Maybe people will go there instead.
Yeah. Yep, Rita's just jumped up to 10 minutes. So have a look at 13. Still advertised as 5 minutes for 13, but I've seen quite a few people heading to this queue, so we'll see how long we wait.
There's a duck.
There's a duck. Weather is absolutely gorgeous today still.
Yeah,
lovely and sunny. Yeah.
I thought I was going to be cold in just a t-shirt.
I put a base layer on because I'm dressed for cold.
Well, we're in the UK, so you have to dress for the cold.
Right, here we go on 13. Right, well the queue has just passed the batching point and we've been straight up past the very loud and scary Tesla coil and now we're in the air gates, ready to go on 13. Second ride of the day.
We won't admit
Road
that we
number
held,
6.
We won't admit that we held our ears.
Yeah, so we really only waited about 5 minutes there for our ride on 13, which is probably about worth it to be fair. It doesn't really give much of a thrill anymore. It's obviously good as a first time concept and if you're bringing anybody on for the first time, but when you've re-ridden it many times it's...
Yeah, so I don't think now I would wait more than sort of 20-25 minutes for it because once you know, you know.
Yeah.
And after that, I mean, it's fun.
It's essentially just a family coaster.
Yeah, it is fun, and obviously the hidden concept is great, but once that's out the way, it's kind of like, it's done now.
I think it could definitely do with a longer outdoor section.
Yes,
the indoor section is great, but yeah, the outdoor section is down the hill, which is obviously on a trim brake as well, which doesn't help.
I wouldn't mind a little bit more after, if you know what I mean. But we're on to Rita now. It's currently sitting at 25-minute wait.
Yeah, it's jumped up a little bit. It's a little bit busier than the standard off-peak day today. There's a few school trips here, but it's still not quite weekend, so we'll get everything within the day. Yeah, so time for Rita now. 2005 Intamin accelerator coaster. Not
She's
as good
a
as
blast.
Stealth, but it's still fun. It's got a really good launch in it. So yeah, 25 minutes shouldn't be too long.
I think I like Rita more than Stealth. Obviously, with Stealth you've got the height and you've got the wow factor, but
and better launch.
There's more in Rita. Obviously, you've got the launch and you've got the rest of the coaster as well, which is very fun.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Time for Rita.
Yet again, never mind. We're not having much luck today.
It was all going swimmingly, and then Rita went down just as we got to the front of the air gates. So they have no idea how long it's going to be, and we're getting towards 12 o'clock now. So we want to get around the rest of the park as well. We're going to have to skip Rita today, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like there was a problem with the launch. People were buckled in, and that's what I meant.
Yeah.
And they 3 times they unlocked and was asking like people to swap seats and stuff, and then they literally just asked everyone to step back in the air gates, and everyone was told to get off the train.
And then they tried to send it around empty, but it wouldn't go.
It wouldn't go.
No idea how long it's going to be. We already waited about half an hour.
Yeah.
We don't want to waste any more time, so we're going to head back to X Sector now and try our second attempt at getting on Oblivion for the day.
Oh, I'm praying we can actually get on it, because otherwise this day will be a bit of a dive.
It is. It's getting towards 12 o'clock and we've only done 2 rides. It's not great, to be fair. It's not great for off-peak at all. I mean, Smiler was late opening, Oblivion went down, and then 13 was on reduced capacity, only 2 trains, but that was a quick wait. But then Oblivion, Rita went down just then as well. So
I think at this rate,
gets a bit better.
Yeah, I think at this rate we may have to skip Cbeebies Land. Otherwise, we're not actually going to get to do anything.
Yeah, we'll see what time it is when we get out of X Sector. So yeah, we are going to head back over to X Sector, get our re-ride on Smiler, hopefully do Oblivion.
Get a jumper.
Yeah. And then we'll see where we're at with time, because we also want to do a couple of small attractions like the
Runaway Mine
Train and Curse if we can.
So, I mean, the perks are the walk between X Sector and the Dark Forest. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice for the castles.
And it smells like freshly cut grass at the minute. I have to say the grounds are really, really well kept and looked after.
Yeah.
That's a bonus.
So yeah, we'll do X Sector, then we'll head over to Spinball Wizard, and then
that's a good one.
Potentially Cbeebies Land. Right, we just got over to X Sector and the Smiler's down. Oblivion's on a 35-minute wait, so we're going to head over to Spinball Wizard now, which is only sitting on 20 minutes. Hopefully we can get that done quickly, and then we'll see what situation X Sector's in. Not looking very lively down here at the minute. Right, let's see if Spinball Wizard can give us a bit more confidence in Alton Towers ride availability, because it's not great at the minute. We've just been to the loo by the Smiler, and we see that there's a whole train of people stuck on the brake run before the second lift hill. So it's not looking promising for the Smiler at the minute. However, I do absolutely love Spinball Whizzer.
It's a blast, it's really good.
It really is a good ride. Last year, I think Dragon's Fury won me over with which is the better of the two Mara spinning coasters at the Merlin Parks.
Dragon's Fury is insane.
Yeah.
There's so much more to it.
Yeah, Dragon's Fury probably does have a better layout, but Spinball Whizzer is a really good ride, to be fair. And it's not too long on the queue line, hopefully, only about 20 minutes. So yeah, time for Spinball Whizzer, and then we'll see where we're at. We just had a really fun ride there on Spinball Whizzer. The operations are absolutely brilliant. We only waited for 10 minutes and the queue line was all the way at the bottom of the brake run as well. You can wait for quite a while from that point, but no, it's really good. There is less spinning now that they've added the single rider queue because you tend to be paired up with two people on the opposite side of you, but still really fun. I think Holly actually had a really good time on that, to be fair. She was laughing her head off. We're going to head back into X sector now, because the Oblivions come down to a 15-minute wait, and if we play our cards right and it's timed well, we might be able to get Smiler on a really small queue, but we'll obviously see what the situation is when we get down there. We just want to get all the major coasters in, at least on our visit. I think Blue with the Ride is actually down at the minute as well, not great, so that's why we're not headed into Cbeebies land. But we're going to go back over to X sector now, see what the situation is over there, hopefully get our ride on Oblivion. If we're lucky, we'll get the Smiler re-ride, and then we'll head further around the back of the park. At the minute, Rita is still closed as well, so doesn't look like we're going to get that in today. Of course, if the Sky Ride was open, which it isn't because it's not open for the year yet, we could easily get this cable car from Forbidden Valley all the way over to Dark Forest in a couple of minutes. But if we want to walk it, you're talking 15-20 minutes. It is a long walk between rides here, so I think we are going to have to miss out on Rita today. But yeah, back into X sector now and see what the situation is. Looks like they've just done a evac from Smiler because the train that's still stuck before the second lift hill is still there. So it doesn't look promising for the Smiler right now. There's nobody pre-queuing, which means obviously the operator is telling someone it's not going to be anytime soon. So time for round 2 and hopefully our ride on Oblivion.
So we finally got on Oblivion.
Yeah, we only waited about 20 minutes, which was as the queue was advertised at, so not too bad there. It does run pretty slow operations when it's only one station. I think they had 3 shuttles on the track, but just the one station operation. So yeah, we had about 20 minutes. It was just at the bottom of the second tier. Absolutely no action from Smiler at all.
Well, they sent round 1.
They sent round the stranded train to complete the rest of the track, but now they've got water dummies in some of the trains. Queue line's still closed, so it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a second ride on the Smiler today. We're going to head to the shop though because Holly really wants a hoodie, and I said I'd treat her to one. And then we're going to head over to Cbeebies land and check out Blue with the Ride. Well, Smiler is once again cycling, but we've got a little bit more that we want to do in the day, and we're not going to wait around to see when it opens. So we are going to head over to Cbeebies land now and have a look around and get on the new for 2026 roller coaster, Bluey the Ride. Here come the grannies. What a name.
We're going to be big kids for about 10 minutes and then we'll go back to being adults again, I think.
It's not about the ride, it's more about the theming and having a look at the area, because we've never been in Cbeebies land before. Obviously every time we come here we just hit the main attractions. Time now is 10 to 1, so we're halfway through the day. We've done 4 rides. There's quite a little bit more that we want to get on. However, most of the rides that we want to do generally either have low queue lines or very good throughput, apart from Galactica.
Yeah.
That's currently on a 30-minute wait.
Let's hope that we don't have a repeat of last time where we were in our seats and then we got evacuated.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Yeah, so we're going to go head to Cbeebies Land and then we'll head over to Wickerman. Wickerman's currently on a 20-minute queue. That's not too bad at all.
I don't mind waiting 20 minutes for Wickerman, it's worth it.
The Curse is closed.
Is it? Oh,
yeah, but hopefully that opens. Toxicator was closed as well when we just looked. So hopefully that reopens by the time we get over there. And then looking forward to getting back on Nemesis Reborn as well. But first, a highlight of the day, Cbeebies Land. Right, first ever time walking into Cbeebies Land.
So cute. I can hear the Dougie music.
Yeah, there's so many different musics just playing around the area. And there it is, Bluey Coaster. Small little zero coaster. Does 2 laps. And I've been told that towards the back you get a little pop of airtime.
I can hear Libby and Bingo.
So there's a little bit of a wait for it. So it just went up to 15 minutes, I think. 20 minutes. We're going to wait 20 minutes for a tiny little kiddie coaster. Yeah, why not? There we go.
They're a single rider.
Unfortunately not. It's so quiet.
Are you desperate? Right, come on then.
So smooth.
Who books it? That's Nick!
And there we have it. We are officially Bluey the Ride, Here Come the Granny Coaster Riders. We've got a front row as well.
I am sick and tired of the Bluey theme song.
Just so repetitive. The main reason we rode that was actually because we wanted to see how it rides for the children, because obviously they like some things intense, some things not so intense, but that was really good.
That was good, that was fun.
It was smooth, it had forces in some good places, to be fair, and Eloise and Rowan absolutely love the theme of it, because although they don't watch a lot of Bluey, they do like it when it comes on, and they always watch it on their little tablets. So yeah, I think if we eventually bring the kids here, maybe next year, they're going to love that ride. And the seats are quite spacious as well,
Yes,
to be fair, for
yeah,
2
yeah.
adults sitting next to each other. Didn't really feel cramped at all.
They kind of force your legs towards the middle.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, no problems.
Yeah, I'm going to head over to Wickerman now. It was sitting on something a bit more thrilling,
I
yeah.
think it's so funny. We're like, yay, Blue with the ride. Come on.
It was sitting on a 15-minute queue when I checked last, so hopefully it's not too long. This is my favourite coaster in the park, 2018, or yeah, I think it's 2018. GCR wooden coaster with amazing theme and really good speed, pacing, airtime all around. I just love this coaster so much. It's my favourite at the park. Can't wait to get back on it. Hopefully we get near the back row because that is the best seat.
I got a jumper.
Oh yeah, Holly got the jumper. That was 55 quid from the Smiler shop. Expensive, but then again, I think Alton Towers do some really good merchandise.
It's so soft. I will say they didn't have much of a size range. Luckily they had a small because that's what size I am, but it was that or double XL.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Right, let's head over to Wickerman. Here is the Wickerman. What an amazing coaster this is. It's just gone up to a 30-minute wait, but presuming they're running 3 trains, then the throughput is pretty decent. The only thing about this is you have to watch the pre-show.
I wish there was a way of skipping that.
Yeah, it is a bit annoying, but it's all part of the experience, I suppose. Yeah, 30 minutes, Wickerman. Here we go. Well, we only waited 15 minutes there. The queue was just literally just down the stairs past the batching point, and we just had a look whilst we was on the ride, and there's no queue at all now, so we're going to come do it again. Not really sure why it's advertised on 20 minutes, but I'm not going to lie, that was a great ride. Second row from the back, absolutely love back row on this one. That's alright. So yeah, straight back round again. 3 trains in operation.
That was a bit awkward.
Yeah, I know. 3 trains in operation. Really good dispatch time. So they're absolutely getting the train sent out on here. Rita has finally reopened, but it's sitting on a 40-minute wait and it's over the other side of the park now. That's one of the problems with the Skyride being shut. It reduces the flexibility you have with your day. Because we're going to finish up in Forbidden Valley. But if the Skyride was open, we could nip over there, do Rita if it was a short queue, and then nip back. But it's a good 10-15 minute walk. It takes a lot of time out your day just walking between rides. So
There's a lot of time out of my day walking around this bloody queue line.
Well, the Wicker Man queue line is insanely long.
Getting the steps in.
But yeah, we're going to get our re-ride in on this. We didn't bother with Smiler, although it has reopened again. It's quite a bit of a walk back over there, and it's 30-minute wait at the minute as well. So,
We're lazy.
I know. We'll do Wicker Man again, and then we'll head over to the Runaway Mine Train.
She's fast. She's whippy. She packs a punch, and she is a delight to ride. Dan has just been attacked by a bush, but we have just had 2 rides on Wicker Man.
It's so good. I love that coaster so much. Can't get enough of it. I think that's it's definitely my best coaster at the park by far. Yeah, just love it. We are going to head over to Katanga Canyon and get a ride on the Runaway Mine Train. This is a coaster that I've not been on in many, many years.
Yeah, no, neither of us have.
Yeah. It's a family coaster, had a late opening to the season, but it's operational again, and it's currently sitting on a 5-minute wait, so we're going to give it a go. It's a shame that the rapids aren't open because it does get good interaction with the rapids.
Not a shame at all.
I'm not a fan of water rides.
No.
It is testing though over there.
I'll do the likes of Tatuki Splash over at Portaventura because obviously it's warm. I'm going to dry off quickly. In the UK, it's cold. You don't dry off quite very quickly. I don't like being soggy.
Yes, that is a problem with the UK weather. It's about 2 o'clock now, so we are getting towards the end of the day. It's the problem with 4 o'clock closes.
Yeah, 2:10.
It just feels like the day goes so quickly. But we haven't got too much left that we want to do. Runaway Mine Train, we'll get on the Curse, have some nice, easy, quick, high throughput ride, and then we'll finish the day in Forbidden Valley with probably a few rides on our favourites.
Nemesis and Galactica.
Yes.
I'm happy with one ride on Galactica,
Yeah.
but it has been a few years since I've been on it because last time it broke down when we were in the seats, and then I was too wet and tired and couldn't be bothered.
Right, so next up is the Runaway Mine Train. Right, Runaway Mine Train, walk on. And the back row as well.
Well, we were offered the back row.
Yeah. Just gone for a ride there on the Runaway Mine Train, and that is a lot rougher than I remember it. I was getting shaken around everywhere.
I was comfortable.
Me and Holly decided to sit behind one another in the back 2 seats, and my knees were solid up against the bar. The seat was a bit rough, and the track is just a bit juddery, and I was getting shaken around everywhere, and it was quite painful actually.
But the staff on this ride have the best attitude.
Yeah, they're so friendly and happy. Choo choo. Right, time for the Curse then, at Alton Manor. This was closed the last time we came when we came to ride it, so I've not actually been on this in quite a while. Uncle Duck, and that of course is a reference to the flume.
Got stuck in the tub and went completely what?
I'm not sure, there's smoke in the way. There's a few little Easter eggs around this queue line referencing old rides and current rides. But yeah, I do miss the flume.
Down the closet and died. Right.
This has a really well themed queue line, to be fair. It's always a little bit frightening going back on it, isn't it, for you, babe?
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm happy going on this, but
Ooh. into the station? Straight on. See when we come off.
Done, dusted, and never again. If I could show you the photo, I will get down to insert it.
Yeah, I'll pop it in. You look terrified, bless you.
No, I wasn't terrified. I was covering my ears. There was a jump scare that I don't remember from last time, but then again,
Yeah,
last
to be
time
fair-
I went round with my eyes closed.
It's a lot more frightening than the last time I went on it, from what I remember.
Yeah.
A lot more jump scares, more air cannons, a lot more flashing lights.
There was just a lot of loud noises, and they really set me off. So I just covered my ears.
To be fair, there's loads of sets, loads of animatronics.
It's long as well.
Yeah, it is a really long ride. The spinning tunnel wasn't working, which is
that was
a
my
shame.
favourite part.
It's a shame because it really is a good illusion, and it does mess with your head, to be fair. But overall, a good ride. Like I said, we just walked on there. There were staggering the cars for some reason.
Yeah.
Couldn't get on one after another. Had to wait a couple of minutes because they were just sending loads of empties through. Nevertheless, glad to get back on the curse finally. Going to do something a bit more intense now as we head over to Forbidden Valley. Going to start off with Toxicator, the new for 2025 plus top spin. Absolutely love these kind of rides. Like I say, we've done two now. This one and Talican at Phantasialand.
Talican is definitely better. There's more force to it, more theming. It's just all round, I prefer it.
Yes.
But Toxicator is still
It is
really
yeah.
good.
Looking forward to getting back on this. Should be pretty much walk on. It was a 5-minute wait last time I checked. And like I said, it's just a filler ride for the area, so it doesn't really get much of a queue.
The only problem is when it is on a short queue, you do have to sometimes wait for it to fill up because they will not run on less than 20 people.
Yeah, that's the thing with these first top spin. Because of the counterweights, they need enough people to balance it to ensure that the motors aren't overloaded. They don't seem to do that during testing, and Talican had no issue running with about 5 riders.
Yeah, no.
So it must be an operational thing or health and safety standards. But yeah, last time we went to Alton Towers back in October, we couldn't get our second ride in it because there was just absolutely nobody in Forbidden Valley.
That's because it was torrential rain and you're a psycho who wanted to be out playing in it.
It was fun.
Off to taxi. Oh,
Taxi.
off to Toxicator.
And there's nothing like walking into Forbidden Valley and seeing that first helix on Nemesis. That is truly an awesome coaster, and it is my second favourite invert after Black Mamba.
I love Black Mamba.
Black Mamba is a pretty good ride. I think I prefer the original Nemesis, to be fair. Seemed to ride a bit smoother and a little bit more intense. Not much going on around here at the minute.
Just had a refract and a paint and a facelift.
But we are going to head straight over to Toxicator. Nemesis is only on a 5-minute wait. Those B&M inverts are really good for throughput, to be fair. And Toxicator looks to be operational. That's good. Did have a little bit of downtime earlier, but I can see people on there, so that's reassuring. Let's see how long we wait for the Huss top spin.
What a beautiful ride it was on Toxicator. So much
4
fun.
flips.
We got 5 on Talican, so
Yeah.
it's. I think obviously it depends on the weight distribution and stuff, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
we only got 3 last year on Rigid Toxicator, but obviously it depends on the weight distribution.
I just said that.
Sorry.
You're copying me.
We got 4 flips. Do love tax. Yeah.
That just proves that Daniel does not use his ears.
I do love Toxicator. We actually got to the front of the queue and we were the only ones in there. They said need a minimum of 20 people, so we did have to wait for a few people to come on. But we got on it in the end, and it's nice to get back on Toxicator again and experience another top spin. Right, we are heading over to Galactica now, which is currently sitting on a
20-minute wait.
20 minutes, that's not too bad. Seem to be quite slow with the dispatchers, haven't seen too many
No.
trains go around.
I think we saw it go round maybe 3 times whilst queuing and on Toxicator.
Of course, Holly's not done this in quite a long time, so it'd be good to get back on it for her. Not her favourite flying coaster though, is it?
No, definitely Fly. It's definitely Fly. She's a winner.
Yes. On to Fly. Galactica. Been 25 minutes and we've just made it into the station finally. Painfully slow operations again on Galactica. 2 trains, 1 station. It just takes so long to check all the restraints in this formation. There's always problems with people not putting their feet in properly. The train that's just done the circuit is constantly slapped on the brake run for a good few minutes, so it's not comfortable for the riders either. Nevertheless though, we're finally here and it is running semi-reliably. I don't think it's had any downtime today from what I've checked on the app. Yeah,
You
I know.
have said it.
All in all, we waited about 30 minutes there for Galactica when it was advertised on 20. Some slow operations and of course the reduced capacity don't help it, even on off-peak days. It's about 3:30 now, so we should have time for a couple of rides on Nemesis Reborn. This is an absolute throughput machine, and due to its relatively short ride cycle, doesn't ever build up much of a queue. So it's walk on at the minute from what we could see at the top of the Galactica lift hill. After that, we might get one more ride on Toxicator, but the priority is just getting on Nemesis Reborn again. On that. The most annoying part about queuing for Nemesis when there's no queue is that you still have to walk the entire queue line.
It's such a long line.
Uphill, downhill, round the back of the coaster.
Stairs.
You do get some good viewpoints, especially of the loop, but it definitely could be a lot shorter. Honestly. So no need to have to walk this entire thing just to get on the ride. I mean, I can see the station more or less, and people are just walking straight into the building.
Just open the fast track and let everyone walk in there.
Yeah, literally.
Is under.
Sending quite a few empty seats out as well, so obviously
Walking
they're
straight on.
not waiting for too many people. So yeah, we will be walking straight on. Time for Nemesis Reborn. I tell you what, Nemesis Reborn is one rattly coaster. I did not think it was that bad the first time we rode it a couple of years back, but it has not aged well in those 2 years. It is really quite rough in some areas, which is a real shame because the original was glass smooth all the way around. We just did the one ride on Nemesis because we wanted to go back on Toxicator.
And also I was pretty bored, if I'm honest. It doesn't thrill me the way it used to.
Yeah, I guess I've probably been in it too many times. So top tip now, of course, is to exit the park by Galactica. This is an entrance in the morning only for hotel guests and annual pass holders. But in the evening, anybody can use it. Anybody can use it as an exit, which is really handy. It means you don't have to go all the way back to the monorail station to then go back to pretty much Forbidden Valley, where the car park is. That is the end of our day now. It's 3 minutes to 4. We're not going to bother doing anything else. We do have about an hour and a half drive home, and we need to collect the kids from school before 6 o'clock. But it's been an okay day, to be fair. We had a slow start to the day with some unfortunate downtime with Oblivion and Rita, but in the end we pretty much got on everything we wanted to do.
Other than Rita.
Yes, other than Rita.
I probably would have preferred to do Rita over Nemesis Reborn.
Yeah.
That's just personal preference,
Yeah.
but
We've got Wicker Man twice, we've got Spin
Yeah.
Wizard twice, we've done
Toxicator twice.
We've got Galactica in, which Holly obviously wanted to do because she's not done it for quite some time.
yeah, and again, I don't think my body can handle it anymore because by the end of that, I actually had quite a headache. And after our second go on Toxicator, I now feel quite sick. So I am very glad that we are finishing our day now.
Yeah, to be fair. Obviously we've experienced Blue the Ride for the first time as well.
Great fun.
Yes, great coaster. And next time we're back will be Parc Asterix in France for a couple of days, and we're bringing you 2 vlogs from that, from both days. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the ride.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.